this is one of the most amazing books I've ever had the privilege to read. It's called Breathtaking, and it's written by Rachel Clarke. I will also recommend her previous book, Dear Life, which talks about her dad. Both books are amazingly moving and informative and challenging. And in the chapter I'm just going to read a couple of paragraphs from, it's called Sacrifice. And it talks about someone called Ken, who unfortunately contracted COVID. And it's a little bit of his story in his time in the hospital that Rachel worked in. She writes, "It's nearly 2 weeks since Ken Wood arrived in COVID ICU. And in all that time, teams of doctors and nurses have sought to control every aspect of his physiology with wonderful attention to detail. See, this is how ICU saves lives. Tiny jobs done well repeatedly, the eye never leaving the ball. His blood pressure, heart rate, blood biochemistry, all of it mathematically monitored, tracked, plotted and manipulated. The only thing beyond anyone's grasp is his brain, the body's most disobedient and ungovernable organ." Ken spends days and weeks in ICU, somewhere between life and death, death and life. And day after day he fails to improve, lying in limbo in the hinterland, dividing life from death, complex algorithms, elaborate engineering, and 1,000 daily acts of impeccable nursing care. The proning team gathers, 6 or 8 of them in total. On my count, 1, 2, 3. Expertly, gently, they maneuver Ken's frame onto its front, and there he lies for 16 hours before being manhandled back again. For Ken's daughter Laura and his wife Helen, each day is an agony of waiting. They try to keep their spirits up. They know that they must stay strong. And then one day, Ken begins to emerge from his nightmarish hallucinations. At first he trusts no one. Dazed and disorientated, he's barely able to talk. And yet, despite everything, he lives. The ICU has kept him alive. Laura takes a call from the medical student who's been caring for Ken and who updates the Wood family daily. "Sana," Laura says, breathless for news. "How's he doing? What's the latest? Is Dad okay?" And there's the briefest of pauses and then the sweetest of words. "I have some really good news, Laura. He's woken up." As Ken's lucidity improves, his thoughts turn to his wife. "Where's Helen?" he asks. "I want to talk to Helen." And Sana's there to hear him utter those words as she describes the moment to Laura. "I saw true love today," Sana tells her. And through the receiver, she hears Laura repeating the words to her mother. "Dad has woken up. Dad is going to live." And they're all processing this amazing news. There is pure joy. As the medical student, Sana thinks to herself, whatever I go on to see and experience as a doctor, I will never, ever forget this moment. That was written during the wave 1 and wave 2 of COVID. But COVID is sadly still with us, and our staff still face the challenges of it every day. And so this little thought is especially for the amazing members of staff, particularly on those wards that have supported COVID patients and still do. We know where they are, and we know what they've done. And we will never forget. Thank you.
You'll never